At my wife's birthday celebration, I handled everything. The luxurious rooftop setting, the gourmet seafood spread, the champagne toasts, and every flower she chose herself. I made it all happen. She entered like she owned the night, blowing kisses, basking in admiration. And I stood to the side, proud but quiet, just watching her shine. When it came time for her toast, she raised her glass, smiled sweetly, then said, "I'm proud of everyone here, except my husband, the loser at the table." The room erupted in laughter, her family, her friends, even the man she was secretly sleeping with. I didn't react. I stood, walked over, and placed a simple envelope in front of her. "This is for you," I said. "Happy birthday." Then I turned and left. 10 seconds later, her scream shattered the night. For years, I'd been the quiet backbone of her world. I wasn't flashy. I didn't seek out attention or status. I worked hard, organizing, cleaning, supporting her influencer ambitions, even planning this entire surprise party. I gave her everything she wanted. What I hadn't seen, until recently, was that I was slowly being pushed out of her heart, then her life. It began subtly. She stopped reaching for my hand. She only dressed up when she was going out without me. Her phone would tilt away when I entered the room. She laughed in ways I hadn't heard in years, but never with me. When I asked if something was wrong, she accused me of being insecure, overly sensitive. And I believed her, until 3 months ago, when I found a hotel receipt with her name on it. She'd said she was staying with her cousin that night to help her through a breakup. But she came home with a faint hickey hidden just beneath her hairline. I didn't confront her. Instead, I started gathering evidence, screenshots, recordings, reservation details, conversations that cut deeper than any blade. I heard her call me boring. Say she only married me because I foot the bill. I heard the man reply, "Maybe it's time I take his place." And she agreed. So, I waited. I prepared. Revenge doesn't scream, it whispers. It moves in silence. She looked radiant that night, celebrating with people who barely acknowledged my existence. I recognized the man she was seeing. He even winked at her, thinking I wouldn't notice. I said nothing. Not until she humiliated me in front of everyone. That was my cue. The envelope contained it all. Transcripts of her messages, booking records, intimate audio clips, and a fresh copy of our prenuptial agreement, clearly stating that any infidelity on her part erased her right to any shared assets. Alongside it was a letter addressed to her, labeled, "In case you thought this was a joke." It read, "To everyone who laughed tonight, I funded every bit of this celebration. The food, drinks, flowers, all of it. And while I was being mocked, the woman I loved was sleeping with the man 2 seats away. Enjoy the evening. You won't hear from us again." At the bottom of the letter was a Dropbox link, containing every file I'd collected, screenshots, voice clips, footage, and a digital copy of the divorce papers that were served as I walked away. As I reached the elevator, her scream rang out behind me. I never turned back. Within an hour, my phone was buzzing non-stop. Dozens of missed calls and messages. One stood out, from her mother. "What happened?" "She's crying hysterically. People are leaving. She says it's your fault." I didn't respond. I poured myself a drink and waited. By morning, the fallout was complete. The man she'd been involved with had a fiancé, and she'd received the Dropbox link too. She shared a tearful video online, mascara smeared, holding screenshots, calling them both out. It spread like wildfire. The comments were brutal. Trash couple. Birthday meltdown. That was only the beginning. By mid-afternoon, my wife vanished from social media. Her accounts, deleted. Just echoes left behind. By 3 p.m., her skincare brand issued a statement severing ties, citing a zero-tolerance policy for scandals. By 4, her gym followed suit. By evening, she was standing outside the backup apartment I'd quietly secured weeks earlier. Her mascara smudged, her dress wrinkled, voice shaking. And I had nothing left to say. I didn't mean to cause pain. That was never my intention. It's just, for so long, you seemed so detached. So emotionless. I truly believed you didn't care. I saw her through the peephole that night. I didn't open the door. There was no need. My words were steady, calm, and intentional as they passed through. You're not sorry. You're just embarrassed. Then I turned away. The landlord already had clear instructions. If she showed up again, security would handle it. She didn't get to shape the narrative anymore. That power was now mine. And I was only getting started. By the next morning, my side of the story was everywhere. Someone had uploaded a video to Reddit. Hidden in a Dropbox no one expected, the post title hit hard. Wife ruins husband's birthday, instantly regrets it. The post caught fire, spreading like a storm across subreddits. **are a pro-revenge ***. ***are a me asshole ***. Then TikTok jumped in. People recreated the moment, added dramatic voiceovers, turned it into skits. The internet applauded the man who stood up, handed over an envelope, and calmly said, "Happy birthday, wife," before walking away. The comments were relentless. This is art. He's a hero. Where's the movie deal? But for her, this wasn't entertainment. This was unraveling. Her phone number leaked. Her DMs turned venomous. Old clips surfaced. Her mocking me, calling me lifeless, dull. What once passed as jokes now looked like grim signs of what was coming. She didn't just lose the public. She became their target. Still, that was only the surface. Behind the scenes, legal moves were unfolding. That prenup she once laughed off as useless? It became the foundation of her downfall. My lawyer came prepared, cold, precise, devastating. The evidence of cheating? Undeniable. The court issued a fast injunction. She couldn't touch our home. She couldn't access our funds. She had 3 days to leave. I never had to yell. The court order did all the talking. As for the guy she cheated with, he got hit even harder. Turns out his fiancée wasn't just a partner in love, but also in business. When she discovered the affair, she cut ties, froze their accounts, deleted his website, and burned it all down legally. That night, he texted me, "Hey, it's Brian. I know things got rough. Maybe we can talk." I responded with a single emoji, waste paper basket hash. No need for words. He got the message. Here's what no one realized. I'd known everything for 3 months. While she thought I was distant, checked out, I was planning my escape. Quietly, I moved my finances, got a better remote job, signed a lease in another city. She assumed I was numb. In truth, I was preparing for freedom. So when it all collapsed, I didn't break. I disappeared. New city. New number. New life. 3 days after the divorce was finalized, I mailed her a final letter. "Happy belated birthday. You unwrapped the truth, and got exactly what you earned." I wasn't angry. I wasn't damaged. I was whole. And her? She'd spend years trying to explain how I walked away with nothing and somehow ended up with everything. 6 months later, I barely recognized myself, in the best possible way. No more walking on eggshells. No anxiety. Just peaceful mornings, quiet runs, warm coffee. I read again. I laughed without effort. I looked in the mirror and finally liked who I saw. She tried to piece her life back together, but some wounds stay open. The birthday video kept resurfacing. Brands stopped calling. Her social circle faded. Eventually, she moved in with her mother, the same one who once laughed at my pain. And Brian? He became that guy, dumped twice in 1 week. Now he runs a podcast about masculinity and reinvention. Last I checked, he had 37 followers and 1 savage 1-star review. ***, maybe cheat less, reinvent more. ***. I didn't chase love, but it found me. We met at a networking event. No drama, no masks, just real connection. When she heard my story, she said something that stuck with me. "You didn't do all this to punish her. You did it to reclaim yourself." She was right. This wasn't about revenge. It was about healing. It was about peace. The true win wasn't internet fame or courtroom victories. It was stepping away, for good. She can rewrite her version all she wants. I'm done. The night I placed that envelope on the table, I didn't just walk away from a broken marriage. I stepped into the life I was meant to live. And I'll never look back. If you've ever had to leave something behind to protect yourself, Even when it hurt, you're not alone. And if you've ever rebuilt after being torn apart, your voice matters. Because healing isn't always silent. Sometimes, it roars.